Dr. Airsoft here at SHOT Show 2012 with Alex of Magpul PTS.
Hey Mark, how's it going?
We're finally going to talk about the PDR, and I'm not talking about the physician's desk reference, we're talking about the personal defense rifle.
That's right.
And we're going to be doing that in just a second. First I want to tell you that this video is brought to you by SpartanImports.com, which is how you get this to your local retailer. Okay, tell us the details of the PDR and where we're at.
Okay. Last year when I showed you PDR, we had a rough prototype. This year we have a functional prototype, and we're really excited about it. This gun will shoot, and because it's functional, you know that means that the gun is just around the corner ready to go.
And when are we expecting it?
We're expecting it mid-year, probably around June, July. We're hoping, a little optimistic, but the fact that it's this far along means that we're pretty much ready to go in production.
And what are the details of this pretty little gun here?
So we're really excited about this gun. I already told you about last year. We had functional charging handle, left and right sides. You know, we have functional magazine release, which is very, very similar in terms of manual of arms to like an M4, which was very important when it was being developed. So this magazine release, let me just show you right here, is in this recess on the finger, on the frame right here. And when I press this down, pull the magazine out, put it back in, same manual of arms on the left-hand side, everything looks the same. Yep. So your finger would naturally rest here when you're not ready to fire. You put your finger here, and then as soon as you're ready to fire, you go and rock and roll.
Okay.
The other new features, when we're developing it, something that wasn't really fully developed on the concept that we had to figure out was the ejection port. If this was a real gun, obviously it would be ejecting shells. Well, they want to make sure that because it's supposed to be a really small bullpup weapon and the ejection port was right around here, they want to make sure that if it was a real weapon, you wouldn't be getting a face full of brass. So if I'm a right-handed shooter, right now, the ejection port is orientated to eject shells to the right. If I was a left-handed shooter, let me just pull it like that, the shells would still be pointing to the right. So what happens is they have a toggle right here, and it's a very reliable toggle. It locks very, very nice and cleanly. And what it does is it switches the orientation for where on a real rifle the shells would have ejected. So if I'm lefty and bring it up here, let's say that it's orientated to the right, I just simply tap it like that, and I'm ready to get back in a fight, and shells will be ejecting to the right. Another really important feature of the PDR-C is that it's got a two-stage trigger. You know, very similar to the Steyr AUG. You know, it's got no safety. The safety is a trigger safety. So it's kind of like a Glock in that regard, where if you try to push back, it won't engage. You actually need to properly engage the trigger in that regard. The first stage, so I don't flag you, the first stage is semi. When you do a full pull, it's fully automatic. Another question was in terms of the gearbox. This is a complete proprietary gearbox. It's all situated in here. It's a full-size gearbox. It is not an AEP. It's a full-size legit gearbox that we developed ourselves. And it's got a Canton motor. It's got a quick release spring. In order to get this gun open, all I have to do is pop this pin and this pin here, and then just pull off the back plug. And this entire upper receiver just hinges forward at this point, and you can actually get into the quick release spring. It's very, very quick disassembly. It's fantastic design. And another question that was frequently asked is, where does the battery go? The battery goes within the pistol grip. You simply undo this tab right here, pull this plug out, and there's a long compartment that goes all the way to the outer barrel in there. I always probably estimate that you can probably fit a 1,000 mAh 7.4 or 1100 or a 11.1 volt, ideally 7.4, because you really want to be easy on the internals of pretty much any AEG. I know people would run whatever they want to run.
Now that it's at the particular stage of development you don't have an exact price on it, but neighborhood
price, I would say, is probably going to be in the low threes. That's what we're estimating. The reason why is a lot of people are conjecturing that it's going to be in the same ballpark price as the ACR, and it's like a big turnoff because a lot of people feel the ACR is an expensive gun, and it is a mid to high end price gun. You know, it's not a PTW price gun, but it is, in terms of the grand scheme of things, not an inexpensive gun. The PDR is going to be significantly cheaper than that because we are able to get a lot of cost savings from the fact that even though it's a completely new design, it's pretty much all polymer on the exterior.
Okay. Well, that is a lot of information about the Magpul PDR that is coming out this spring. We're excited about it. Remember, Spartan Imports is who's getting this to your retailers for you, SpartanImports.com. Until next time, this is Dr. Airsoft for Airsoft Medicine at SHOT Show 2012, signing off.